I'm very happy and honored to introduce to you Sota Watanabe. He is a CEO and founder of Astra Network. Prior to creating smart contract hub for WASM, EVM, and one of the top parachains on Polkadot, he was the director of Japan Blockchain Association. And one good news for him this year, he is selected among Forbes 30 under 30. Astra Network is designed to have all necessary features to become a hub for smart contracts on Polkadot. So now, Sota will share with us why Astra is the future of multi-chain smart contract. So now, let's welcome Sota-san.
Hello everyone. Oh, it's very loud. Thank you very much for the great introduction, and thank you very much for hosting such a great event, Nicole. I think there is a translator, and the translation is very tough because I'm speaking English, and they have to translate in Vietnamese. So I'm going to speak as slow as possible, and I spoke with some of the people in the venue. And I realized that there are many developers here. But at the same time, there are many non-developer people. So I'm going to speak technical contents as easy as possible. But feel free to reach out to me because I love tech. And if you'd like to speak about technical feature, please reach out to me after the presentation. So my today's topic is the future of smart contract for multi-chain. A little bit about myself. My name is Sota Watanabe, founder of Astra Network. I'm originally from Japan, but I live in Singapore right now because of a lot of the reason. Complicated. I joined the Polkadot ecosystem back in 2019. And at the time, Polkadot was super small, but right now it is really huge and recognized as one of the leading blockchains. And it was made by Gavin Wood. Gavin is the co-founder of the Ethereum, the CTO, and founder of Polkadot. And I started Astra Network back in 2020. So we have been developing Astra Network for more than 2.5 years, but we launched a mainnet in January this year. And outside of the Polkadot ecosystem, I am a director of Japan Blockchain Association, and advising the Dentsu, which is the biggest advertisement agency in Asia, and so on. So a little bit about Polkadot. So Polkadot is the heterogeneous multi-chain layer 0 for layer 1 networks. And we are making layer 1 blockchain in our Polkadot ecosystem. The reason is Polkadot connects blockchains, but Polkadot itself does not support smart contract function. So if you'd like to develop something on the top of Polkadot, you have to choose layer 1 blockchain to build on. And this is where Astra Networks comes in. And when it comes to smart contract, you have two choices, like Ethereum virtual machine or WebAssembly. So everyone knows Ethereum virtual machine because it is super popular. But few one knows WebAssembly, so I'm going to speak about WebAssembly a little bit later. But it's like Windows OS and Mac OS. So EVM is Windows OS because it's very used, but there are a lot of the limitation, and it's a little bit obsolete. And WebAssembly is Mac. It's more sophisticated and made by big tech giants in Web2 space. Let's move on. Again, Astra Network is the future of smart contract platform for multi-chain. So the important point is the future of smart contract, which is WebAssembly, and also multi-chain. This is what I'm going to talk about today. First one is the problem of the multi-chain landscape today, and solution. And since I came from Japan, and recently, yesterday, we announced that we're gonna enter the Japanese market. I mean, our token will be listed in Japan from next Monday. So I'm going to speak a little bit about Japanese context. And last one is conclusion. So let's start from problem. Yeah, the problem of multi-chain landscape is right now is the concept of multi-chain is just to copy and paste solidity codes in another EVM chain. Like, a lot of the projects are claiming we are multi-chain project, but what they are doing is copy and paste codes, which is not too innovative. And as a result, there are a lot of silo. So, for example, let's say I'm making Uniswap, and I fork my Uniswap codes and deploy on Astra. You can do it because we have an Ethereum virtual machine. But the problem is we have to create the liquidity from zero. So Uniswap contract on Astra cannot access to liquidity on Ethereum, even though code is the same. So this is now, and it will be the future. The left one is the future, and right one is now. So it is possible, absolutely possible, to fork Uniswap version 2 or version 1 and deploy in another EVM chain, like, Astra. But, we cannot access Ethereum liquidity from Astra. And if you'd like to bridge Ethereum token to Astra or maybe Ethereum token to Avalanche, it's very dangerous, right? Because we saw a lot of the bridge hack in this year. And this is the single point of failure. But in the future, I think blockchain will be connected in a protocol level. So Urswap, which is one of the DEX in our ecosystem, can access Uniswap liquidity from Astra. So you don't need to deploy another EVM code on Astra because you can access Ethereum liquidity from Astra. So this is the concept of the multi-chain into 2023, I believe. Yeah, and also we analyzed all layer 1 blockchains in a blockchain ecosystem. And we found that native projects that leverage its platform feature actually will be survived in the long run. This is the data in the bull market. So this data is really different from now. But let's say this is the Ethereum, this is the Polygon, and top 10 projects actually own a lot of the total value locked, TVL. So total value locked is one of the most important metrics we should follow as a layer 1 blockchain. And top 10 projects of the Ethereum own 77% of total value locked. I don't know how many dApps Ethereum has. I'm sure more than, let's say, 10,000 or something. But top 10 own 77. In case of Polygon, I missed the total amount, but maybe 80% or something. Yeah, Polygon own 75 to 80% of the total value locked is owned by top 10. And in terms of the Polygon, interesting analysis was that the second biggest one is QuickSwap, even though Uniswap was on Polygon. Because QuickSwap is really optimized for Polygon. So let's say if you deploy Uniswap on Polygon, Uniswap is well known in our Ethereum ecosystem. So, if you use Uniswap on Polygon and Ethereum, you have to manage two addresses. Same address in two different networks. So in the future, it must be really, easy for all people to use a single network with a lot of applications, rather than connecting a lot of the different networks. This is also data on Avalanche and Solana in April. Top 10 project on 98% in terms of Avalanche, and Solana on 76. And there are a lot of the unique projects. So there are some Ethereum projects like Curve, and so on. but unique projects on very high total value locked. It was really surprising for me, and our strategy is nurture and developing ecosystem native projects right now. But in the long run, we have to invite Ethereum big project into Astra, and then native project and big project grow together. And the problem number 2 is the Ethereum virtual machine has a lot of the limitation, technical limitation. And some major layer 1s do not support Ethereum virtual machine, such as Solana. So to connect blockchains, we have to have multiple virtual machines. That is easier. And the technical limitation of the Ethereum virtual machine is the low performance and limited language, and it's mainly for Ethereum developer. I will be speaking about WebAssembly later and going to compare Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly. And Gavin is the founder of Polkadot and founder of the Ethereum, and he is also one of the creators of Ethereum virtual machine. And he thinks that Ethereum virtual machine is super important right now. But the future is going to be WebAssembly. Yeah. Problem number 3 is developers are the most important human resource, I mean talents, in a blockchain space. But when they deploy smart contract, they have to pay gas fee. So which means they are losing money by making contract. So blockchain is all about incentive design. But incentive design here is completely broken, because developer is paying money to contribute to the ecosystem. So this is what we would like to fix. So we have a 3 solution, WebAssembly smart contract and Ethereum virtual machine. We are calling cross virtual machine because we are supporting Ethereum virtual machine as well as WebAssembly at the same time and make them interoperable. It might be a little bit difficult to understand, but you guys are doing right now. Let's say, some people are using Mac, some people are using Windows, and there is an application called PowerPoint, and you can use PowerPoint on the top of Mac, and also on the top of Windows. And even though you are using Windows, you can transfer PowerPoint file to Mac user and vice versa. So we are having 2 virtual machines, Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly, and make them interactive. And second solution is dApps staking. People can stake their token on dApps, on Astra network. So let's say, so Roy is there, so founder of Kyber. So Kyber deploy on Astra. Astra token holder can stake Astra token on Kyber. And then Kyber team can get a basic income from block rewards based on their contribution to the network. And they have to pay gas fee, but this basic income is much higher than the gas fee. So they can earn token by making smart contract on Astra. And I'm going to explain how token economics works. And last one is XCMP, which is super technical. So XCMP is cross-chain messaging passing in a Polkadot ecosystem. It is, you can consider this as a trustless bridge. Right now, a lot of the problem happening in a trusted bridge space, but this is trustless bridge in a Polkadot ecosystem. So when you transfer token from Polkadot chain A to Polkadot chain B, which is really trustless, so there is absolutely small risk right now. But the problem right now is if we transfer our token from Polkadot ecosystem to another ecosystem like Ethereum, there is no trustless bridge. And we are trying to make trust minimized bridge together with our ecosystem project to make interoperable network. So let's see more about multichain, XCMP, and also dApp staking and WebAssembly smart contract. So Astra is going to connect all major layer 1 blockchain. Right now, we have already connected Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum, Polygon, and Polkadot. And Polkadot bridge is really trustless right now, thanks to Polkadot. In Binance bridge, Polkadot, Polygon bridge, and Ethereum bridge are really trusted right now. But we are going to create trustless bridge together with Sigma, which is created by ChainSafe, and also LCP, which is created by DataChain. DataChain is one of the top projects in Japan. And we are going to connect our blockchain to Cosmos and Solana and Avalanche as well. So, and I would like to speak a little bit about Polkadot. And Polkadot consists of relay chain and the parachain. The relay chain is the center of the Polkadot. And the parachain is the blockchain that is connected to relay chain. And relay chain is the heart of the Polkadot, which does not support smart contract by design. And the parachain is here. Yeah, Astra is here. Parachain is the own blockchain which has own logic, such as smart contract chain, DeFi chain, NFT chain, and so on. And if we connect our blockchain to Polkadot, we have already connected, and then we can interact with other chain, like chain B, chain A, chain D, C, and so on. And it's trustless bridge. And another benefit is making layer 1 blockchain from scratch is really tough in terms of security. So anyone can make layer 1 blockchain. I can make SOTA blockchain in 30 minutes, but problem is security. So if my chain is run by 2 validator or 3 validator, it's super easy to be hacked if it is permissionless blockchain, right? And we are making blockchain from scratch. So this is the reason why we connected our blockchain to Polkadot, and we can bring our security from relay chain to parachain. And Polkadot has 6 billion or 7 billion token valuation security, so we can bring 7 billion security from Polkadot to Astra. So even though our valuation right now is a couple hundred million, but our security is billions. So by connecting our blockchain to Polkadot, we would like to realize the true interoperability for multi-chain. In the future, as I said, blockchain will be connected in a protocol level, not in application level. So we would like to connect our protocol to multiple networks so that the developer on Astra network can access to liquidity in a lot of the networks. And ideally, it will be one click in terms of the UI and the UX. So I would like to make an application which allow users to use Ethereum liquidity or Solana liquidity, Avalanche liquidity within a click. Yep. And second one is the basic income for developer. As I said, the developer is the most important human resource in the blockchain space, but they are paying a lot of the money to contribute the ecosystem. So we distribute basic income for developer, and I'm going to explain how we made it possible. So we invented dApps staking. People can, this is our portal. Portal is going to be more sophisticated, and we are making, I would say, Apple Store for Web3. And a lot of the project will be listed here. And I can stake Astra token on smart contract application. Like I can stake my token on Sirius Finance, which is stablecoin swap. I can stake my Astra token on Astra Farm, which is the GameFi project on Astra. Even I can stake my token on infrastructure project, such as Alchemy or maybe Blockdemon. And we can see how many tokens are staked on each project. And how many people actually staked their token on projects. So we can see number of the people and number of the amount. And based on the number of the people and number of the amounts, we are going to distribute basic income from block rewards. So block is mined, right? And their inflation. And the inflation goes to not only for validator, but also for smart contract developer. This is pretty unique because a lot of the layer 1 foundation distribute grant from their original portion, let's say 10% of their token allocation. But 10% is the number, right? So which is really limited, only 10%. But this basic income comes from new block revenue, block inflation. So it is unlimited. Yeah, I'm going to explain how token economics works. So let's say Astra's valuation is 1 billion. Just an example. There. And we have a roughly 10% inflation per year. So 100 million is going to be issued per year. And 10% goes to validator, and 40% goes to treasury, and 50% goes to ecosystem people, developer and ecosystem dApps staker. People can stake token on dApps or infrastructure project, and then they can get staking rewards. In this example, which is here, 10 million. And 40 million goes to developer. And developer join our ecosystem because they can earn token while making smart contract. And the more dApps are created, so we have an incentive for dApps developer or infrastructure project. And the more dApps are created, the more tokens should be locked because number of the option is increasing. And the more tokens are staked, the less tokens in circulation. And price is generally speaking determined by demand and supply, so there is a positive feedback on our valuation. And valuation becomes 2 billion, and we can distribute to 200 million, and we can, we have a more bigger incentive for developer, and then more applications comes in, and more token will be locked, and there is less circulation in our ecosystem. So there is positive feedback. So we would like to realize a developer-centric platform where they will be rewarded based on contribution. And we also support, another feature we support is WebAssembly and Ethereum virtual machine. And we are calling it cross virtual machine because we are supporting Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly at the same time. But I think many people are not familiar with WebAssembly. And WebAssembly is the next virtual machine for the blockchain developer. And it is developed by Web2 giants such as Google, Amazon, Mozilla, and so on. So having WebAssembly means unlocking Web3 to Web2 developer. Ethereum virtual machine is great, and I like it. But Ethereum virtual machine is mainly for Ethereum developer. And the number of the population of Web2 developer is much bigger than Ethereum developer. And this is the reason why we would like to support WebAssembly and Ethereum virtual machine at the same time. And right now, the population of the WebAssembly developer is increasing, but Ethereum virtual machine is super important. So we would like to make it interactive. So having two virtual machines, EVM and WebAssembly at the same time, and make them interoperable, interactive, is a key to success. So again, having WebAssembly means unlocking Web3 for Web2 developer, and this is what we would like to do. And I have 6 minutes, so I would like to talk about our Japanese narrative. So without any doubts, we are recognized as the leading chain layer 1 blockchain in Japan. And recently, Japanese government made Web3 as a national strategy. So the government would like to push Web3. The reason is simple. We completely lost in Web2. A lot of the people are using Google, Facebook, Microsoft. It's okay. But, there are very few Web2 company, global company in Japan. Sony was great. Toyota was great. But it's not Web company. So the government would like to push Web3 forward. And they made Web3 as a national strategy and going to change tax and law. Yeah, and the government create a Web3 team within ruling party. And the left one is the title is Web3 is a new capitalism, which is interesting. And the left one is the chairman of Web3 group at the government, and right one is the digital minister of the Japanese government. I'm going to talk with him next week. So Web3 is really important narrative in Japan. And I think we are recognized as the leading blockchain in Japan. This is the survey conducted by Japan Blockchain Association. And the question is, which chain you would like to build on? And the 43.4% out of 332 votes chose Astra, which is good. And as you know, Japan is one of the most restricted countries, like US. So we finally entered the Japanese market from yesterday. And Japanese company and people can finally purchase and trade our stuff on 26th, which is a little bit ironic. I'm a Japanese founder, but Japan is the last market which we enter. Yeah, so from next week, we would like to use that momentum to make strong presence not only in Asia, but also in the US. Yeah, I can speak to this. And another great news is, SEC is getting stricter and stricter. But listing our token in Japan means Japanese government recognizes Astra as a cryptocurrency, not security. So this makes much more easier for us to do a business development and marketing in the market. And more great announcements will be published next week. So, yeah, conclusion. Multi-chain future is inevitable, but we have to change the concept of the multi-chain. It's not just copy and paste. We need more trustless bridge. Trust minimize the bridge. And we have to connect our protocol layer, not application layer. And to do so, we need a more reliable infrastructure, like Oracle, trustless bridge, in multi-chain dApps and more. And Polkadot is the great starting point because Polkadot chain, Polkadot layer 1 blockchain transaction is really trustless. And we also have build to earn concept. We distribute basic income for developer. And we also have XVM, which is the communication between Ethereum virtual machine and WebAssembly. By leveraging XVM, build to earn, trustless bridge, we would like to be recognized as the promising layer 1 blockchain in a multi-chain era. Yep, as always, we are hiring. We recently raised 25 million, led by Polychain, backed by Coinbase, Crypto.com, Binance, and so on. So we have a long runway. And we would like to accelerate our growth during the bear market. So we are hiring WebAssembly smart contract developer, senior Substrate developer. Substrate is like a blockchain framework for Polkadot. And also developer relationship, and developer operations. Yep, thank you very much for listening to my talk, and feel free to reach out to me after the party. Thank you.
Thank you very much.